Okay, so we're back.
Are we? Oh, yeah,
Hi.
we are back.
We are back
guys.
with our discussion of episode.
Is it
what was
number
this,
4?
4, right? Yeah.
And they say there's only 3 more
Right,
left.
So 7 episodes this season? That doesn't make any
I guess they're going to
sense.
split it in half seas, right?
Wait, this
Going
was
in
number
half seas?
4?
Yeah.
Did I miss one somewhere?
No.
Oh, that's right, because the season premiere was 2 episodes, wasn't it?
No.
It was like an hour. Wasn't it long? Was it like a 2-hour long?
I don't think it was 2
I don't know.
hours.
I'm not gonna lie. I faked my way through it the first few episodes. This is the first episode that I've kind of appreciated and enjoyed, so I couldn't.
Good episode.
It
Good
was.
episode.
It was a solid episode.
Did you like the flashbacks? The regular Walking Dead
They
doesn't
were
really
okay.
give us those like post-outbreak.
Not good anyway, no.
Outbreak flashbacks.
I did enjoy learning a little bit more about
Our friend
Strand.
Victor.
That was
Yeah.
nice. Our friend.
So we know
Use that
that
word
though he
loosely.
does some, because someone, said that we said, that they were really defensive over us saying he
Oh,
was evil.
we
To
got
which-
man. It's
to
like we
which-
offended his mother, or
Right,
like
it's
we
like
were like,
to
"Don't
which-
you talk about my son like that."
Right. It's like if you listen to the podcast, we're just presenting evidence to could he possibly be evil. And I don't care what you say. I see his motives and they're for love. I can respect that, and it makes me understand. But he did
presumably for
strand,
love.
right? He did strand someone in the middle of the ocean. So I'm not saying that.
Two people.
Right. I'm not saying that he's necessarily an evil person, but you're not going to tell me that was a nice thing to do.
Right.
I mean, those 2 people.
And the
are now
minute the
stranded.
trouble, Andy's kind of a little bit of a coward because the minute the
Right.
trouble came up, he just
took
like
off.
booked it.
Right. I'm
You
wondering
know?
what was his game plan. Like he took off, but then he was coming back.
No, I don't think he was going to come back.
I think he was coming back.
I think he was
headed
gonna-
towards them because they
Oh.
heard it like getting closer. I thought. I don't know, but then you would have thought
Who
if they heard
knows
it
what
getting
Victor's
closer, they
thinking?
would have heard it going away. So maybe he was just.
So do you guys
Running.
still love
I
Daniel
don't- I
so
don't
much? He stole the bullets. I mean, Strand probably would have rescued everybody, but he stole the
He was
dude's
definitely
bullets.
going to
Yeah.
try. We saw he
Yeah.
went for the gun, and once he
Yeah.
realized he had no way
was
to
just
defend
like,
himself,
shoot.
he's like
Something old
"Deuces."
man. What did he say? He said something. Is it paranoid old man or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that?
We got to see Jesse
Thanks a
McCartney
lot,
has not
Daniel.
aged that well.
He has not. That's what going to the game early will do to you.
Yeah.
Look at the Olsen twins. Look at Macaulay
I'd rather
Culkin.
not. I would
Oh.
much rather
Right?
not.
Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think it sucks it out of you.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like he had some good music back in the day, but I
Did
mean,
you really
not-
just say that?
not-
Did
not-
you really just say that?
I'm sick. Let me
I'm
start
gonna let
this
you. Oh
podcast
yeah.
off.
Go
Hold
ahead. Give
on.
us
Let me
a couple of
start this
excuses
podcast off.
first. I'm gonna let you restart that
What
because
songs
you
did
are
he do?
a little under the weather. So I'll give you a chance to go back and do that again.
I'm so glad Matt's so gracious
Sorry, I just I didn't
from
I
that
saw-
side of the control panel.
Here's the thing, and when we were talking earlier about Jesse McCartney, it clicked
I don't
in my
think
head.
he had good
Well, no,
music.
but you just said because I saw his name in the opening credits,
Right.
And then when I saw that, I was like, "Huh, did that say Jesse McCartney or Jess McCartney? Maybe it's just." And I forgot all about it. So when he came on the screen, I was just like, "Wow, that guy looks really familiar." Again, not thinking about because I'm putting all my attention into this, guys. It takes 100% of my attention to
Just for you to
get
hold
into this
on.
show.
Well,
to
let me
hold on to the show.
let me reinstate my
Yeah, so
statement.
restate, because you originally said
he had
he
a
had some great
successful
songs.
music career back in the day.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's good. I'll
But
give you
I
that.
don't think acting. Where I was going with that,
I almost got as offended as Nettie James on there, yeah.
acting, I don't think is well. At least this type of acting isn't really.
I don't know this
His
guy from
thing.
Adam. What songs?
He was a pop star. It was like
Yeah.
It was like Jason.
He was on Summerland. It was a show with Lori Loughlin, the Aunt Becky from Full House, and it was on the beach. It was like a ABC Family show, Fox Family.
I
whatever it
remember
was.
that. Yeah,
He was on that. Jesse McCartney. What else?
He used to
was
have blonde
on?
hair, like very like blonde. Like,
And I used to get him
highlighted
confused
blonde.
with Aaron Carter.
I think everybody did.
Yeah,
Now,
but,
Aaron Carter, I've heard of.
Yeah, and he had a song. He had the what's that?
You Beautiful
'Cause I'm
Soul.
leaving, never to
Oh, he
come back
had
again.
I mean, I don't even know that one. So for someone that's highly,
Shit.
We think
highly
you're a
offended-
closeted,
Damn it, you
whatever
got
this
me.
guy's name is.
But anyways,
fan.
he also had that song "Beautiful Soul." They played it on
Beautiful
like
Soul.
every pop station.
I want you
for
and
years.
your beautiful soul. Yeah, okay. Well, they played him on the radio. It's not that I didn't like him. I just heard him all the time.
I'm not. I mean, they just want my type of music. I mean, I listen
They
to like.
played
I mean, I
that
was into punk
song.
rock and like hard
Oh,
rock growing up,
God.
so it really wasn't my cup of tea. But
Guys, I worked at American Eagle when I was like 19 years old, and they played that song 17 times a shift. And I think that's where a lot of my hatred for Jesse
kudos to them for
McCartney
playing
comes.
music that people know of.
No,
Most of the
no
time, if I
kudos.
ever go by those stores, like that, or like PacSun. It's like when you go by there, it's always this music, and some of it's good. I mean, I like finding new artists, but I mean, sometimes you're like, what is this?
American Eagle really takes care of their employees, though. They have a great discount. Discount.
Yeah, they
Dude,
do.
it's like 30%.
You know what the discount is? When something is like broken or halfway messed up or torn, they take it.
Are we really talking about American Eagle discounts on the podcasting, dead fellas?
Well, it's better than talking about Jesse McCartney.
Okay,
or whatever.
anyways,
back
to the episode.
The human kebab that he has become.
So Madison murdered her first living human person.
Geez,
right?
a lot of people did.
Who all murdered who? I mean, it happened
The
so
mother,
fast, and I watched it so
who's
late.
the mom? Who's the mom?
Madison.
Madison did, and I imagine.
Did the pregnant chick? Did she get killed?
She got shot. Yeah.
pregnant?
No,
Oh,
she went with
didn't.
she went with
shot.
Dude
Yeah,
Man.
but it was two people that got shot.
the
It
guy
wasn't
was-
her.
Right in the head. That was so satisfying.
Hey, but it wasn't her. You're right. I was
On a boat in motion. That guy's a crack shot, yo.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, I'm
probably
pretty
why.
sure there was
Headshots.
one zombie death.
That's probably
in this
why he
entire
strands
episode.
man's right-hand man.
Right, I kind of like that guy. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was suave. I mean,
Yeah.
I expected he was going to like kill Strand, or threaten Nick. I mean, he
Suave.
dude steals your credit cards and you fall in love with him. Such a cute little love story.
I'm
They
telling
did
you.
have a nice little romantic. It was just like, I got you drunk. I took your stuff.
Man, I thought it was like a case of date rape when he stumbled
Well,
into
no,
that
I was
room.
very-
And
I didn't start
I was
picking
like,
up
what
on it.
did Strand put in this dude's drink?
I
He
didn't
is all
start-
kinds of messed up.
Strand, you're so above this.
Spontaneity is the spice of life. Sometimes you gotta keep them
guess.
guessing for
A
your
little
relationship.
Rufinol, yeah.
But I didn't know. I wasn't picking up on it until they were kind of like sunbathing side by side, and then they kind of pinky swore or
The
whatever.
camera
I was
angles-
like, oh.
The camera angles at the bar for me just told me it was a little bit more intimate. Than
Oh,
two
yeah.
guys having a
I
chat.
saw that, but I didn't think. I just didn't automatically think that. I was just like, oh, they're two business, because I thought, well, maybe they will play that like this, but then I never really saw anything. And then when they were somebody, I was like, oh.
All right. Now, before we get accused of being simple-minded, let me ask you.
Yeah, right. We got a disclaimer
now,
here. Here we go.
Strand, was he running away? Was that what he was doing, or did he have? I mean, I guess he was. I mean, I
from
thought
the
he was-
boat?
I thought he was heading back to the boat, but in hindsight, thinking about that, actually, how would they hear him on the way but not leaving? And two, he had no weapons, so what was he going to do? Just ram the boat with his
He was
little?
probably just going to try to get it. He was like, screw this.
Think he
Whatever.
was just
Yeah,
taking
I
off.
think he's
Yeah.
trying to go rendezvous with Nick and the other Spanish.
At this
dude.
point, he's like, I was going to save them. Somebody took my bullets. I'm just going to meet my lover.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all. Right? And
Assuming they're lovers, man, I'm not so sure Strand's not playing this dude for his own ends, or at least that's what he was doing.
If he's
to
not,
begin
he's
with.
playing it well. Like they're keeping the audience guessing because it
Yeah.
really looks like they care about each
that'd
other.
be good story
I
writing
don't know.
because I mean,
It
it's-
looks like they're kind of sweet on
I
each
think he's
other.
manipulating the Spaniard.
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
just because you think Strand is evil, don't you?
I do not.
Stop being so
That's what I heard.
simple-minded.
I
think he's got-
Simple-minded JP.
I think he's got you guys under his spell. Under
No.
his soulful black dude.
Dude,
spell.
those eyes though.
They
man.
are.
Like,
They
he's
just peer right into
Yeah,
your
his,
soul.
his speech, man, he just has such smooth
Yeah.
delivery.
He was
when
talking.
he
He's like
talks.
gravelly. Yeah, dude.
I
Like a
watched-
mixture of Morgan Freeman and Idris Elba.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of The Talking Dead, and it was funny to watch him
Ugh.
say that people he would catch
Sorry.
so much hate on Twitter, like he's making stir fry, and after the person cuts the rope to the boat, in real life, people are tweeting him and are like, "You're such a horrible person." He's
That's
like,
what-
"I'm making stir fry."
What
Like,
is
what did
wrong
I
with
do?
people? Like what? That's what I don't get. Like this guy plays someone on TV,
Right.
and then they'll text, they'll tweet. You hear it all the time. They're like, "I can't stand you for doing this," and you get hate mail because of who you play. Like Jeffrey Dean Morgan was talking about, he's prepared to get a lot of hate mail.
Well, Andrea.
It's like, why? They're
girl
just a
that played
person
Andrea.
playing a character.
She got hate mail.
It's
and I
fiction.
think death threats even. It was so severe that she had to post a picture of her and Norman Reedus like hugging it out.
That's funny.
Because of the scene where in season 2 where she almost killed Daryl. She shot him and the bullet just barely missed him. She got like death threats, I'm pretty sure, for that.
Because people are so
That's
simple-minded.
right.
They're a
That's
little
our word
silly.
of the day, folks.
Simple-minded. I like it.
I feel like we should have like a reading rainbow sound effect with that.
I think that Strand was simple-minded for cutting the rope on those folks last week.
Right.
You
It's like, yeah,
I
he's
like
helped these
that.
people. He's done good. I like Strand. I mean, nobody said we don't like Strand. When you cut the rope and you're so secretive, I mean, you can't help but think, is there a possibility he may be evil?
Right, and plus, like we want to make a title to our 2-hour episodes that get people talking,
That
get the
is harder
discussion
than
started.
people might think.
I'm telling
Right,
you.
so it's just and it would have been bad. I think the main thing the guy they started
Simple-minded, right.
started out very
Right.
very
It starts with an
negative,
insult.
and they used a lot of commas.
Thank goodness. Let me say this. And if you are a regular
like
listener,
6 in a row.
If you're a regular listener, unite, because our regular listeners will tell you, like, if they don't agree with us, we'd love to hear that you don't agree.
Oh, they tell us
and,
too.
and
it's great,
but they do it very politely. Like,
Right.
fellas, I'm going to have to disagree. I think that yada,
And
yada,
here's
yada.
why.
And we love it. We're like, I've never thought of that. I mean, we've given a lot of listener and fan comments attention and actually took them in. Like, we were like, oh, I never thought of it like this. So, and it's just, we're all friends here. We're
want
not.
this to be as
Go on
interactive
last
as
week's
possible.
episode, read the comment. I mean, it's just not. It just the first part, and then it just sets a negative tone.
Right.
It's kind of hard to understand. You have to read it 3 or 4 times to really understand what's happening. It's like one long sentence, but it's supposed to be. There's commas where there should be periods, and there's words where there should. Just go read it and decipher it for yourself.
Well, the big thing is too, we're not huge yet, and we're not. We're just here to talk about The Walking Dead.
Right,
We
but
might
it's
make
exciting.
mistakes. We
It
might
gets conversation
something,
going.
but we're not here to take Chris Hardwick's job. I mean, we're here.
Not yet,
you
anyway.
two. Yeah.
Well, we're here just to discuss a show that we enjoy.
I do. The guy's got plenty of money and a hot wife. I'm taking his job.
And
You
He
can
doesn't
have
need it
Hardwick.
anymore.
I want Pat Sajak. I'm gunning for his job.
Yeah, dude.
The Wheel of Fortune.
You do know he was a writer. He wrote songs for Pantera, Megadeth. Let's
What?
see.
Get at Pat Sajak?
What is it? Yeah, what heavy metal band is it? Look it up. He wrote songs for a heavy metal band back in like the 80s. Oh, what was it?
What's that show that
sorry.
Robert Kirkman helped write? Was it The Walking Dead?
No. It was Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead. Oh, gotcha. Oh, I thought he.
Is there
helped
anything
write
else that
The
Robert
Walking
Kirkman
Dead
did?
as
I'd
well.
like to buy a vowel.
He didn't do that show Preacher that I'm seeing the previews for, did he? I know he's got some kind
No,
of demon
that's
comic
not
book, but I
him.
keep seeing the
No, that's
previews
not
for
him.
it on Fear the Walking Dead. Have you heard they're going to take a mid-season break? Because I thought they said only 3 episodes left this season.
That's what I thought, but
Let's find
from
out.
what I understood, they were doing it like a
Right, I thought
two-parter.
we looked it up and it was like going to be a 16,
yeah.
episode series. Man, I'm really
How
liking it.
many
I think it's getting very intense now. I mean, a lot of people that think it's really boring don't realize that we just jumped right into the middle of the apocalypse last time. It's like
Yeah.
it's been cool to see how folks transition. Nick was a Johnny Depp on drugs kind of floaty guy, and I mean he's actually becoming pretty awesome. I mean, I like Nick.
He's like Strand's Black Ops guy.
Yeah.
Just nobody knows where he is. He's all bloodied up.
10 episodes this season.
That makes me sad.
Is
What,
it?
all
Wait,
together?
hold on, let me see here.
So this podcast
Maybe
is
it's
going
saying
to be
10
a lot shorter
episodes
than
so
we
far.
thought.
Maybe it's saying 10
We hear you,
episodes.
Game of Thrones.
How many
Jeez.
episodes have they done so far?
4.
4.
So
that
maybe
doesn't-
so there was 6 episodes the first season, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that means it's only done 10 episodes so far.
I'm very confused.
I am
Me too. Hold on.
I mean, there's so much more story
Stand
to tell. How
by.
can they cover all that ground in
I'm a
3 more
terrible.
episodes?
I'm a terrible. Oh, okay. So the second season is 15 episodes.
So this is just going to be like the halfway point, I'm guessing.
We're going
Yes.
halfsies.
Yeah, that makes sense. 15, they stop at 7, take a break,
And
come
it's
back.
been renewed for a 16 episode third season.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So there you go.
JP and I are just applauding on the inside. Matt's probably rolling his eyes like, man, I'm never going to get a day.
I'm gonna reserve, Joe. You know what? I took Mondays off about like half a year ago, if not 6 or 7 months. Whenever we started this, I went to my boss and I was like, "Hey, can I get Mondays off?"
Right.
And they were like, "Well, how long?" I was like, "Indefinitely."
Right. I got
And
some bigger things to do.
yeah. And then like a month ago, she was like, "Wait, so since the show's on break, does that mean you're going to work Mondays again?" And I was like, "No, I'm still taking Mondays off."
Right. Hell yeah.
So because I enjoy that.
That'll be
And then
cool. We get a nice little break from the Walking Dead. 'Cause, I mean, if you follow us, we've basically been going since October, and I don't think we've missed a Monday yet.
It's been a long haul.
What else?
If we
And,
have, it hadn't been but one or so. I mean, we
16
don't
episode
miss.
third season.
We try not to.
Nick's gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up. I wanted you to have a heart attack.
I
for a
still
second.
can see Travis is kind of coming around. I mean, he's seeing the bigger picture. He's the one that snuck them the what was it? Was it a crowbar?
Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't
Oh,
really tell.
he was really cool.
I mean,
That was
he's
really cool.
He's starting to see what's going on, and that the whole, you have to, peace, love, and good vibes, bro, thing isn't really working right now.
But he still is doing that. He's still very, he's trying to remain
but
calm.
he dropped them a
He's not
crowbar in
Rick,
which
where
he
he's like-
knew
Yeah.
somebody was going to get killed with. Well, he's starting like Rick. The Rick in season 1, Rick in season 5 or 6 would have just killed Merle the second he dropped the N-bomb. No problem. Just bam. We don't need this. Season 1 Rick was a lot like Travis. Like he cuffs him and gives him every
talk it out.
opportunity. Officer friendly.
Let's just come on, everybody, calm down.
So, like, the crew pursuing him. What's the name of that guy? Like, they're talking about this dude that's hot on their
crap.
Yeah,
heels.
Jeffrey. It's some kind of Gregory.
No, it's not
Something
Gregory.
like that.
It's
not
like
Gregory
Andrew.
or
Or
You sure it's not Gregory?
pretty sure. Is it Vincent? Look it up. What? I
Vincent?
know that we don't
Vincent's
know
It's a
that,
very
but-
fanciful name, but do you think that they picked up the guys that Strand, cut the rope on? That's how, like, because they knew about Nick, and
Well, they had trailed him though from when Alicia had talking to him on the radio.
But now she claims that she didn't give up any specific information though, and they seem to know some stuff.
might have been
Man, she was quick when he said, "Are you going to let me go?" Like, she was quick to put herself first, and then my family. She's like, and my family. She was like, you let my family go, and then me. But, man, she's just selfish. Just a selfish, see you next Tuesday, man.
Got to look out for number 1 on the high seas.
Yeah, well, she's a big number 2 on the high seas.
Oh,
so,
gosh.
thank you.
Madison
Thank you.
definitely, I think. I really see her. And Daniel, obviously. I think Daniel's going to die, and I hate that because I like Daniel. I like to see Daniel.
After he stole the bullets, man, I don't know.
You don't like him still?
Well, I mean, what kind of move is that?
It's a great move because at the time they didn't know what Victor Strand was about. So they find a gun upstairs that he's not telling them about and secret plans he's not told them about. So Daniel, you put yourself in his shoes. He didn't steal the bullets knowing that someone was going to jump on the boat. He stole the bullets so that Victor Strand couldn't turn the gun on them.
I mean, hindsight's 20/20.
It sucks that it worked out that way, but I think his motives were pure. I mean, he did it to protect everybody on that boat. I mean, he took the magazine from the gun.
He's got a gun, though. Strand didn't take his gun. It's like, I got a gun, you got a gun, we've got guns.
Right,
Yeah, but a gun with no bullets is just
they
a
were thinking
paperweight.
Victor Strand might be evil or bad. So, I mean, he took away Victor Strand's chance to come downstairs
Easy,
and
Justin.
just be like,
Daniel.
Don't be simple-minded.
I know. That's a curse.
Calm
and
down.
I'm sick today. So
Connor. The guy's name was Connor.
Connor, that's it.
And this website says, but I still think it's Gregory.
No, it's Connor.
So I'm gonna,
Gregory is a character.
No,
on
let's just
Walking
agree to
Dead.
disagree. I still think it's Greg. I like Gregory better. I'm going to start calling him Gregory. Whenever someone on the show says
Gregory's
Connor,
a
I'm
good
going to say
douchebag
Gregory.
name.
Oh, let's hold on. Let's
But yeah,
reserve judgment.
So I am in favor of Daniel. I think now he'll understand, like, okay, we got to be getting together on this. We can't be stealing each other. But I mean, he did it because the same reason we were talking about last week when we were like, is Victor Strand evil? After all he saw, he's like, I don't know that this guy won't come downstairs at any minute and go, all right, guys, here's the deal. I've got a gun. You don't. I'm going to... Whatever they thought he may be evil and do, I think that now Daniel will be like, I probably should have left the bullets.
So since Victor loves Hispanic men, if his lover is dead in Mexico, do you think he's going to go for Daniel?
See, and I don't think he likes. I don't think Victor likes just Hispanic men. He seems like the kind of guy that just likes finer taste. It's like I don't like. Okay, I like Mexican food, but I don't. I would much rather have something that's really fancy than Taco Bell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's probably just a finer taste kind of guy.
I can see that.
So you think Daniel's not up to snuff for him? He's a chalupa, whereas Abigail's a queso enchilada.
Let's go with that. I don't know what that is, but you need to send it. Probably
I'd like
is.
to try it.
You can mash everything together and make it one dish.
Yeah.
Like the McGang.
I mean, that's what
Right.
Mexican food is, right? Just a bunch of stuff stirred together with some cheese on
That's
top.
the Jim Gaffigan stand-up, who's like, I worked at a Mexican restaurant. What do you have? I'll have a taco. Okay, so that's beans, cheese, and meat. And they're like, okay, we'll have a chalupa. Okay, well, that's beans, cheese, and meat.
Is Jim Gaffigan biting off of me again, stealing my
I think
material?
so.
I
He's been
think
doing
so
that for
too.
years, man.
For years.
He's been doing that for years. You're going to have to write his agent.
That's how he stays so pasty white.
Characters I'm
Sucks the souls.
not so fond of right now. Still don't really care much for Christopher. I'm sure he'll come
not a fan.
around. I think
I don't
they're
like his
writing it that
hair.
way. Right?
That's good enough reason for me.
And Ophelia, I just don't feel like she's. I mean, I know that it's hard. They can't Game of Thrones it and create like 7 different storylines in which you really care about all the characters. But to me, I think Ophelia is going to be the first casualty. I think Daniel will be like the first big one. But I mean, Ophelia, I don't know. Maybe they'll both die together. He'll die trying to save her.
Hey, that's a good. You know what? That's a good. That's a good contest right there, because nobody's really has
Who's
anybody
gonna be the
contacted
first
you
big
for the
character?
Yeah, and I think we've done that before. But really, type in, let us know, and I'll put you into the drawing. We got a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to get a. We'll talk about it later, but I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, yeah, we were waiting to
Work
get to
on
200. Now we're up to 210. I
God,
think.
so I don't know what to do.
209, somewhere like that.
And
yeah.
we're for a bunch of simple-minded fellows. I think we're doing pretty good for.
But for those that
You're
do
cut
listen,
deep,
I
aren't you,
know, I
pal?
love it.
You're
I love
just-
it. Because I love it. I just
and there
love
was
it.
a guy on there, I think his name might have been Gage or Gabe. I got to go back. He asked us some questions on the Walking Dead podcast, and I feel bad just because, we all have jobs and things going on, but he was asking like some serious questions and wanted a response, and I felt bad because we haven't. I always see it. I'm like, next podcast we need to address this.
Was it Gage Waltner? I
That
remember
might be it.
name.
Yeah.
He's-
He
What on
asked
earth was
some
he
pretty.
asking us?
Yeah, what's he asking
Let me
us?
see. Let me pull it up. You two banter for a second. Let me pull this
I
up.
don't know if we can do that. I'm not good at just off the cuff talking about random things. I can't. Thank you. I appreciate it. That was sarcasm.
Yeah, because we do that a lot.
Thank you. Thank
know?
you. What you drinking over there, JP?
It's a Mountain Dew for energy.
Is it Baja Blast?
No, that has the worst aftertaste.
Oh, I love it.
I don't like it.
I don't like the aftertaste. I like the drink.
I don't like those funky Mountain Dews.
So that's Mountain Dew for energy.
For
I thought
energy.
Mountain Dew was already just had enough caffeine for energy. Or is that
That's what it's for.
Oh, is that what is it? The Kickstarter?
No, but I've
Mountain
seen
Dew.
those.
Those are good. Those are good.
They get my heart to just pump.
You know
beating
why?
In
I've
my
had
chest.
those.
One can has
Yeah,
has as much caffeine as a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
You gotta be kidding
Dead
me.
serious. Looked it up. So be
Jeez.
careful on those, folks.
How do you fit all that sugar into one little can?
Very carefully. The right machines, you can fit anything into anything.
Man. Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right, now back to the pod. Obviously,
good?
we're here to
Did
talk
we do
about,
good?
You did great.
Thanks.
You guys are
Thank you.
wonderful.
We were talking
you.
about fitting things into other things with the use of machines.
Right. It would have been really funny if when you would have said just talk about something random for a minute. If we would have started talking about The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
like that would have been. That's what I should have done.
Okay,
All right, what
so we are about Fear of the Walking Dead. I know we hate to keep jumping back, but I mean, it's the source
I
material,
don't.
man.
I don't hate to jump back at all.
And Matt hates this show, so
Whoa.
okay,
That's
he
a
hates
strong
every.
word.
He hates,
That's a
no,
really
no, no,
strong
that's not strong.
word.
He hates every episode except for this last one.
He's warming up to it.
Okay,
I
I'll
can
agree
tell.
with that one.
No,
I'll agree with
right?
yours, but I am. Yeah, but both of you are on the right track now.
Okay, so Gage Waltner, I hope you're still listening. I hope you followed over to this series. But his
And if
question,
you didn't, I swear I will hunt you down.
this was on our season finale of The Walking Dead
not that long
podcast.
ago.
He said, do you guys appreciate when they swap the intended roles for characters between the comic and the show, or do you like it when they follow the source material? Is it better to keep the show fresh and different or pay fan service? For example, Denise took Abraham's intended death. Spoiler alert if you read the comics or just started. But she is a much smaller character compared to him. It had a smaller impact on the views than killing off a big name veteran. You guys are great and keep up the good work.
Now that much
Thanks,
I can
Gage.
agree
All the
with.
good
See,
work
now
you do.
that
You're
was
right,
nice. That was
Gage.
really nice.
He had a follow-up question. Do you think the show could benefit from a new showrunner, seeing as we have had the same since season 4?
And that's when things started to go. Okay,
The answer to the second question, I'm going to say absolutely, because the show's been different all the way leading up, because Glenn Mazzara was the director for season 3, and I mean they had no problem killing off big characters. Andrea was, I mean they were all kind of last minute, but
season
Andrea,
3 just
Lori,
felt like a horror movie. Every episode,
right.
it was awesome.
And he killed off a lot of characters, which is very Game of Thrones. Is what we like
season
about
3
the
was
show,
the prison, right?
Yes.
What was the start of the
They
prison?
found the prison.
Yeah,
they started living there. The whole
Okay.
governor beef started.
Yeah, I
was
would
the
love to
flu.
see a different.
I think it would be cool to see, because this is my problem. And I mean, again, guys, not trying to be simple-minded, just talking here. Just in my own mind, it feels like with this finale, I feel like they're going to kill off like Eugene, who I like. Eugene's good character, but
No, yeah,
that's not going to have the emotional impact of seeing one of your favorites
It's gotta
like
be an
Carl
original,
or Daryl.
man.
Or
That doesn't matter who it is at
Michonne.
this point now, because everybody's just kind of over it and talked themselves out of it.
But I would love to. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them take an episode or two and let someone else write it. Just to that's just my opinion, though. I mean, what about you guys?
I just wish that
It's just been too safe. That's what I want to
I
say.
wish that having a different showrunner wouldn't change the show up so much.
Yeah.
They need to get on the same page as their It's kind of like how Star Wars is. J.J. Abrams set the pace for it. Now the next director that comes in, or like any kind of like trilogy or span of movies.
Yeah.
The next director or producer or whatever that comes in kind of carries on the torch. Whereas this show's kind of like the person takes it and they're like, okay, well, I think this would be a good idea. Well, this last person kind of set this up. Well, I don't care. Well, I think this is going to bring in more viewers.
Yeah.
I like Scott
It's like,
Gimple. I mean, he killed Herschel, which was a pretty big move. I mean, in my own opinion, it was devastating.
Due. I feel like that was due, though.
But from that point,
was
oh yeah,
coming.
absolutely, he was the moral compass. He didn't have but so much longer left. But I mean, again, that's the thing is like when you can watch the show and go, oh, they're the moral compass, they're going to die, and then they do. I mean, like you can't do that with other shows. Some more. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that's not me downing the show. I mean, we podcast about it. Obviously, I absolutely love it. But I mean, if you're looking for my honest opinion, I wouldn't mind I like Scott Gimple. I just wish he'd kind of get a little more murdery. I just wish he wouldn't be scared to kill off main characters.
See, I keep wondering if that's him or if that's like the network weighing down on him.
Well, that could very well could be, because Glenn Mazzara pretty much got fired for killing
Yeah.
off so many characters at such short
I mean, I wonder
creative
if
differences.
bringing
is what they
another
call it.
head chef in would even make things better. And
And it might not be
if
if the network's
on him.
like hanging over them and giving them regulations. You're right. I mean, it might be because I like I said, they fired Glenn Mazzara or they separated for creative differences or something.
The guys
like that.
that control the purse strings, the ones that pull those purse strings, they're
Good
always
point.
calling the shots.
Touche. Good point. And I do like when they actually sub in other characters. I kind of wish it wasn't like someone as little as Denise, as far as to have that impact. But I think it's cool when they switch them out sometimes. You can explore different avenues of.
And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What
I'm
I
talking
hate
a
is
lot.
that when they try to Like Denise dies, and then that puts Daryl on the path to get revenge or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and it's just. Ugh, that's shit. I'm sorry, pardon the language. That's shit storytelling. It's lazy.
It's just cliche. It's been
It's
done a million
laziness.
times.
It's like, oh, okay, so we're going to kill this person off quick to really get somebody dead, but then we'll continue their story by using them to. It's just like, ugh.
Yep. I mean, in seasons 1 through 3, I mean, look how many. And Frank, what's his name? Darabont.
Darabont or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
something
right.
like. He, excuse me. He killed off. I mean, some big people in season 1 and 2. I mean, he wasn't, more season 2, but I mean, you had like Shane go. I mean, you had, which Dale was kind of last minute.
Shane
because he
go,
followed.
Unchained.
But I don't know. Glenn Mazzar actually did season 2, I think, so that was not a good example. But I don't know. I mean, it just depends on if the network's pulling the strings or if it's all Scott Gimple.
Yeah, but as far as character death, some just like need to happen. Like Shane
absolutely.
needed to die, like going at Rick. Like
No
that
doubt.
Oh, yeah.
needed to happen. The governor needed to, regardless, chop somebody's head off there at the gates of the prison. Like I mean, some deaths are just fixed.
Yeah.
I
I don't mind the switching in certain instances. It just depends on who's being switched. Like Denise for Abraham, storytelling wise, I don't know. It didn't really have that big of an impact as much as it was like a holy crap moment, but then you were kind of over it. But I like Abraham. So as a fan, I'm glad to see him continue on into the next season because I don't think he's going to die either. I'm kind of leaning with JP here. I'm thinking it's a possibility it could be Carl, man.
that's what I'm
I'm really holding out that they're just going to be like, you know what? I mean, he's getting too big. He's growing up fast. It's only a year and a half into the apocalypse, and puberty has just, really hooked him up. I mean,
Right. Well, they can fix that with a time jump. But I
They
really
have,
am looking.
but,
I think that it's going to be. They've got too much gold in the relationship between Negan and
Did
Carl.
I didn't send you the thing I sent him though, did I? Where they asked
I
Scott
couldn't
Gimple.
answer that question.
They asked Scott Gimple were they going to explore the Carl and Negan relationship, and I'm not quoting but paraphrasing. He said something like yes, 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 a million times yes. Even if it's just an intense moment, we will have a moment between him and Carl, and that relationship could be. Like remixed and be another character, but we will definitely see that type of relationship explored. And he said, I don't want to really spoil anything. An intense moment, I mean, that's not lying when the dude's about to beat your head in if you're staring straight up at him with like your one
You
good
just
eye.
never know with those guys, like how much is misdirection, like with the Glenn thing when they were all like, well, you'll see him in one form or another, when he was
That was
missing.
good. That was, I mean, not good that they brought him back necessarily. Me and myself and Matt were very excited.
yeah.
But JP not so much. But it
I
was
didn't
good
like
the way they created the speculation because it really was like it could go either way. I mean, either if you would have said he's dead, I'm like it's believable. We saw guts. But no, I like the switch out sometimes, just depending on the character and the timing. Like I would have no problem if Maggie was the one that got beat to death, and we could explore Glenn going down like a dark path that we've never seen Glenn go down. Whereas Maggie in the comics becomes strong and takes over the hilltop,
And that's kind of what I want to see.
he
That's what I
loses
want
like
to
a
see
baby
instead.
and a wife to this madman. So we could see Glenn, who we've seen build up to this awesome character. I mean, Glenn's like innocence, and if you saw him just snap and lose it and go reckless and killing people, you'd kind of see like the end of innocence in a way. He hadn't quite gotten as far as like Carl.
Because the only murders he had really done was at that little Savior outpost, right? When he was
Exactly.
stabbing the sleeping fellows, and he didn't like that one bit.
No, he hated it.
But he did it. He did it for you, Heath.
But, and I know they won't do that, but I think that would be cool. And I like Maggie. I don't want to see a pregnant woman get beat to death with a baseball bat.
No,
But as
me
a
neither.
story writer, it would be cool to like see them explore the difference. But I don't think they'll go that far off. So, but yeah, so just depending. But hopefully that was a helpful answer. If it was not, let us know how we can better answer it.
We're only like 5 weeks late.
Yeah.
We got stuff going
We
on.
do very much care about you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, JP just got back from out of town going to try to buy a new car. So we've
Aruba,
got a lot
right?
of
Is
things
that where you
going on.
went?
Yeah, something like that.
You told me Afghanistan. What the hell, man?
Well, it's not as much about the car as what they're packing inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Illegal drugs.
That's why you told me you were getting a Nissan. And there's a Ford out there. That's what I wanted to say when I saw the car. You're no Nissan.
I'm going to find something.
But what are we thinking about that? All right, as we get to the end of this podcast,
I'm trying to figure out what else we've missed.
Nick, at the beginning of the show, I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, yeah. I was
How
like,
do
what?
they not know where he is? And I mean, he just takes off for
Did I
Strand.
miss that conversation with him and Strand?
No, I don't think that.
Did they ever have that conversation?
I don't think so.
No, maybe.
Where he was like, "Hey, go out," and man, they did a really good job of not showing Nick's wiener.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
he
when he
supposed to be naked?
It was like I think he was naked. I'm pretty sure he was naked.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't understand why he was naked.
Well, I mean, no one wants to walk around in soggy underpants.
But there's
Well, yeah, but you've
when
got
things are
extra
dangling in
underpants.
your screen. You're
Well, I mean,
swimming
he's
through the
probably got a
ocean.
finite amount of underpants. He doesn't want to, wear one and carry one with him and
That is
throw the
true.
other pair away.
And boy, were his clothes extremely dry when he put them on.
True that.
Like when he was walking.
that must have
through
been like
the
a
tent area.
vacuum sealed
We saw
package or something.
We saw Christian try to stand up and quickly get smacked back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of pistol whipping
metaphorically.
going on in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of pistol whipping.
We saw Madison really got her hands dirty. I'm going to say Travis did because he didn't. He delivered the weapon that did the damage. Unless I'm forgetting that he killed someone, but I don't think he
Ugh,
did.
it just some parts maybe like he was talking about. You said I'm dumb. What he was talking to him about, I gotta make the computer downstairs.
That was so many
talking-
times. I'm like, he's not even looking at you. Just bash his brains in with a
sorry.
freaking wrench, man.
I don't want to badmouth him. Like I don't want to be simple minded, but Jesse McCarthy.
Please don't be simple.
It's just not doing it for me. And I was really apparently he's in the next episode. He's a freaking kebab, and he's in the next episode.
True that. Yeah, he got a that whatever shoved like a crowbar, whatever it was, like shoved straight
Oh, all the way through him, man.
through his gut, and he's just like, oh, I'm telling you, when Connor finds you, he's gonna come for me. But then he straight up said he was like, Connor doesn't have the stomach for the dirty work. So I mean, it's like, I'm not really that
Why
scared
are we
now.
afraid of it? Yeah.
I mean, you already told us that he wasn't the type that would kill you, more or less. And we got a much better view of seeing them come around the horizon. We're just gonna.
I think I'm going to be back to normal next week.
That's
Pretty
gonna be
sure.
crap.
He's
out.
not.
yeah,
Matt
yeah.
said he's not too fond of what he saw for next week's.
I'm not. It didn't look like. I was telling Justin like this episode just felt very. I don't know, like pirates at sea kind of thing, and just like like Under Siege kind of thing.
I see why they're doing it though, because a lot of people, JP included, when they talk about the zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't necessarily say hit up the ocean though, but a lot of people when they talk about the zombie apocalypse,
Take
like,
to
man,
the sea.
screw these big supermarkets. I'm going to hit up an island, or I'm going to get on a boat and just go hang out in the middle of the
not
ocean.
that
And I
easy.
think they're trying to go on that argument and show you that even that could be a terrible decision. There's always still a chance, because I mean the whole theme of The Walking Dead, in my opinion, has been that the zombies are just background people, or what are
So you just got to stay in a
the
blimp.
most
Yeah.
dangerous.
And that's what this episode was all
Yeah.
about. I mean, what, one zombie attack? Hello.
No kidding, yeah.
Was there only?
Two. We saw the one in the little camp tent things that Nick ripped open, and then we saw the one that he walked by and she didn't really acknowledge him at all.
Oh, right.
It's true. So there was two. Wow.
Yeah. I didn't really
there
count
might be
the other
another
one
one,
as
but I
an
didn't-
attack.
I think that was it.
But yeah, so
That was more like a zombie.
Oh, and then the one's coming over the hill when he parked his
True,
car.
true.
to get in
Yeah,
the
you did
raft
see that.
to go to the Abigail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
true,
yeah,
true.
yeah.
No, it's too many to
about it.
count. So
Yeah.
too focused on zombies and a bunch of backgrounds.
But we're ending on a very a more hopeful note than we started on with this episode.
Oh, I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to know a little bit more of Strand's backstory. I still like.
I do. I like
the
it. I do. I
division
like
between
it.
you two on this. Whereas JP, you think it might be love. You think he might be playing him just to his advantage. I'm kind of
Yeah.
indifferent at the moment because I
just
don't
hope
want to
it's-
sound.
I hope it's. I'm a romantic, but I think it's love. I just the look in their eyes. They really. Well, I don't know. Maybe I see what you're saying. The what is he? What are they? Mexican, Latino? What is he?
I'm not really sure.
The
guys.
suave
the exotic
man.
guy.
Yeah,
suave.
he's tan.
Is
Very
to the
tan.
tan man.
Strange.
His mother put a blanket on him because he was burning. Yeah, and she was, you're burning. Put it out with a
kidding.
blanket. Thanks, Mom. It's like 105 degrees outside, and you cover me up with a blanket.
So we learned if you're on a boat, you probably shouldn't talk to strangers on a CB.
I mean, that's anywhere you go. You probably just shouldn't talk to
True that.
strangers. Then some people say strangers are just friends. What is it? No, friends are just strangers until you meet them. That's how you die.
Right. So are bad
You
guys.
get murdered.
So are bad guys. They're just strangers until you meet them, and
That's
then they
just
kill
something
you,
small-minded people say.
and you're dead.
They probably do.
Well, fellas, I have a good podcast. I'm sure, I mean, like I
Solid,
said.
solid podcast.
We are just three guys that like to talk about the show. We're
Yep.
not at all trying to, we're not saying we're experts by any stretch of the imagination. We just imagine you're sitting with us on like lunch break talking about Fear the Walking Dead. That's what we're going for with
And
this
we're
show.
far more interesting than anyone you have to talk to.
Very
So-
true.
true that.
Anyone. I don't care who you know.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it took this long for us to offend someone.
Yeah, well,
no,
we'll
that
talk
we-
about it, but we had another one a while
Yeah.
back.
Oh, we had somebody
That was very, very, very simple minded because they would have actually listened. We'll talk about it when Mike's off.
Okay.
But
Oh, I know. I remember what you're talking about.
Right,
I remember
yeah,
what you're
very,
talking about.
very-
Well, that's not bad. That's not a bad run.
And
Not a
let's
bad run.
not forget get your ass to Mars with the booby talk.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
if
she
we
didn't
want to
like the
watch
booby.
boobies, we should go to what Cinemax.
Oh,
or
God, it's so
something?
exciting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the fact that we can count on one hand how many people we've offended.
Oh yeah.
That feels good.
And this is just discussion
It's a low
about The
number.
Walking Dead. So really, I hope you don't truly get offended and lose sleep if we disagree
We're developing like a
with
rogues
things.
gallery.
And for our listeners that have been with us, this whole time,
Day one.
have our backs. You know,
Yeah.
just let people know that we're not simple-minded. We just love talking about the Walking Dead, and we all have things going on. So sometimes it's hard to know every little detail.
Hold us
about the
down on
episode.
that comment board. I mean, that's like the streets. The comment board is like the streets, and you got to hold us down out there.
I want to click my scroll wheel at least 5 or 6 times before I get to the bottom of the comment
True that.
page.
Yeah.
We
You know,
need
that's what I
Glenn to.
want.
We need Glenn to supposedly die again.
Oh my God, that would be that's the
video
Glenn
still
dying
getting
or
views.
almost dying is like the greatest thing that ever
I've
happened
said
to
that
us.
if Glenn does die when we come back, that podcast is probably going to go right back up because folks are going to see the title says, "Is Glenn still alive?" and be like, "How did he survive?" And they're going to listen to it and then be
I
like,
think
"Oh
about that.
man."
Yep, sorry, didn't mean to fool you. We should have a disclaimer about that.
Well, it's it tells you what episode the podcast was based on. So just
Yeah.
make sure you read.
Yeah, that's
sure you
that's
know.
you have a lot of faith in humanity, Justin. That's nice.
I do. I try. And okay, so if I'm not back next week, it means I died because I feel like pure shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, if you just show me the proper buttons I need to press?
I've already
or
like
whatnot.
Victor Strand. I told JP I've already got a guy that's going to be contacting you guys
Oh,
if something
cool.
ever happened to me.
The sad thing is, if you're not here, then it won't be a Walking Dead podcast. We'll just end up talking about
Yeah.
something else for like 45 minutes until we're like, oh, there's no.
This
okay,
guy
well,
has
I guess
very
that's
strict
it, guys.
instructions. He will not speak, but he will buzz the hell out of you.
Sounds like
if he hears anything that's not
sounds like
welcome,
Alex
really.
Trebek.
So if this is your Victor Strand, counterpart, would that make you the Latin lover? Have you kissed this fellow on the lips?
That was a really sweet kiss.
It
No,
really
it
was,
was.
wasn't you?
It wasn't like overtly sexy. I think that's why I think that he's not playing him because it wasn't one of those
Wasn't
like
passionate.
It wasn't like a passionate kiss. It was like I deeply care about
Like
you,
hers.
and hey, honey, I'll see you tomorrow after or I'll see you tonight after
The
work. or
passion
something.
could have been came
like
and
it was just a
gone, you
really
know.
sweet. It was like a kiss like a husband and wife
Right,
do on their
couples
wedding
that
day
have
or
been
something.
together
Or
for a while.
sorry, husband and husband or wife and wife. This is 2016. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah,
but
it
no,
is.
it was just a really sweet. It was just
Right.
it was it wasn't it wasn't a kiss for the sake of trying to get a rise out of people because it was two men
that's
kissing
what
on
we were
TV.
saying
It
before
was
the podcast.
a sweet
It was,
kiss.
It's not like I think they're doing a great job on introducing new concepts into
Try
the show.
not to be small-minded, man.
Right?
Try not to be
absolutely,
small-minded.
Absolutely. If Victor's acting out in love, then
I think Victor's
By all
a
means.
Svengali.
Svengali.
How do I say it?
It's SVES Svengali.
But that's the person who manipulates people, right?
Sure.
Like a puppet master?
I just know that from Magic because the Svengali deck is a deck
jeez,
of a
am I
Magic
using
deck
the
of
wrong
cards.
word again?
No, you're saying Svengali's right. It's like a
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or you see he's like a gypsy or I don't know what else would you try to say he is. A con man? You saying? Is that
I'm
what
just
you're
saying he manipulates people are like pawns on his chessboard.
Oh,
Which this guy might be a bishop. He might be a bishop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what is that like the exit music?
that is. We've never done exit music.
Oh,
before.
that's
I
cool.
I do
It's like
something
Oscar
exciting.
night.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I
we
like
have
it. It's a
exit
nice
music.
little bookend.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, are we getting to the?"
We're
Oh,
getting,
that got me
yeah,
excited.
absolutely,
Man,
absolutely.
That really got me excited. Good call.
So, guys, great podcast.
Thank you. I give this one an 8. I give this
episode.
an 8.
Oh yes, we forgot to do that.
8.0.
I could go with an 8. I mean, I hate to be doing the same thing as Matt, but I mean that's probably where I would stand.
All right, then I give it a
7.5.
8.5
7.5 to an 8.
because I liked it. It was a good
It's
episode.
like a
I enjoyed
showcase
it.
showdown.
Ooh,
Only then there would be two different things you're comparing.
closest going over.
Yeah, never mind.
I watched
JP,
them
what's
close at
your-
my dad's house today. It's the first time I ever
3
watched Price is
stars.
Right.
I can't go
3 out of
numerical.
4 or 3 out of 5?
3 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Just a little more than halfway
3 out
satisfied
of
with this
5.
episode. Okay.
And they're
Yeah,
red
what is it,
stars.
like a 7, 6, 6.5? Oh,
Red stars.
all of them? Is
Yeah.
it more like a ruby red or like a
It's a crimson, a
orangish
very
red?
crimson.
A crimson red.
Yeah.
Okay.
3
All right,
red
like
stars.
like a burnt sienna almost.
Good episode though. That
Good
much I will
solid
say.
episode.
All right.
I enjoyed
Well,
it.
And we
will
just did a good episode.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to listen to it myself. I'll probably be like, "Oh, simple-minded, simple-minded." No, why did we say that?
Man.
I got that out of my system, so I feel
Yeah.
good. But that was fun. And now I want you to go back and listen to this podcast. And every time you hear the word "simple-minded,ed," you got to take a shot.
I think that's a good game.
Yep.
You're not responsible for whatever happens after the game.
Don't just stay at home, but
Well,
take a shot.
once again, I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm JP.
Somebody get that phone.